Hello and welcome to the Paperless movement, where we empower business professionals like you to get more done with better information management. I've been speaking to people who have recently joined the Paperless movement, and most of them are fed up. They've had enough. They are sick and tired of investing in things that waste their time. And you know what? I get it. It's always the same thing. They have no idea what to do with information they collect. They feel like they are not using the correct apps or tools. And worse, they keep changing from one tool to another without any improvements whatsoever. If this is how you feel, this video is for you. I'm going to sit down with you today and share a new approach you can use to tackle it all. One that you can start implementing right now. After this, you stop wasting your own time while you attempt to manage your information, tasks and apps, and you'll stop having your time wasted by others. So come on, let's dive in. Here at the Paperless movement, we want you to internalize those three words: process, process, process. This is the only concept you need to understand, and you should start implementing it now to stop your time from being wasted. But what does all this even mean? What should you understand to be a process? How can thinking in processes overcome your current, frankly exhausting situation? I'll use a personal example to better explain the theory behind this abstract concept, process. This is how I manage my own information. Firstly, I start by understanding that everything is process related, especially how I manage my information. To understand my process, I seek to answer these three questions. Where do I get the information from that I'm interested in? Where do I leave it? And what do I do with the information I've captured later on? You'll notice with this approach, I'm not thinking about apps at all. My answers to these three questions will help you understand how this works. Where do I get my information from? So to answer the first question, I need to think about what my sources of information are. In my case, the bulk of information I wish to capture comes from 7 different places: web articles, Twitter, courses, emails, meetings, personal thoughts and phone calls. I could keep listing sources, but these 7 are enough for now. Where do I leave the information I'm interested in? Once I know where my information comes from, I need to think about where I should leave it to recall it later. And that is what's called a single source of truth. It's the final destination for my information, a place where I will know I will have left the information I've captured. Notice, I'm still not just thinking about apps. A single source of truth could be a notebook, that fancy moleskin you love to write and draw in, or even a post-it placed on your screen. This is totally up to you. But a word of caution, this is not the time to be fooling yourself. You need to be honest with yourself here. Don't lie to yourself and say you use a notepad when you never kept one before. It's crucial that you place 100% trust in your actions. So only choose a single source of truth you know you'll use. Always remember, you'll be using this as a part of your flow. What you choose cannot break your state of flow. So don't go and choose your work laptop when you know you use your iPad and Apple Pencil to capture information on the go. In my case, I bet on inboxes to leave all my information. I bet on them because they represent a clear destination I can quickly and easily process later on. I know where to go because my inboxes are perfectly defined inside my processes. Depending on the type of information, I know which inbox I should put the information to later on recall it and process it. Finally, question 3, what do I do with the information I've captured later on? Now that you are aware of your sources of information and where you left the information you're interested in, you need to define a process to explain what you'll do with that information. In my case, for each inbox, I know exactly what to do with each piece of information. For example, when checking my email inbox, for each type of email I've defined clear actions for each scenario. If I need additional information from someone else, I forward the email and snooze it to be reminded 4 hours later. If I need to do something, I forward the email to my task manager. That way I can schedule it properly and decide when I'll do that task. If I just need to reply, and that reply takes me 2 minutes or less, I reply immediately and archive the email so that it disappears from my inbox. If I need to reply but I want to think about that reply, I keep it in my inbox so that I know I need to do something with it whenever I do my email inbox management process. Maybe you're thinking, this is kind of complex. It's not. Maybe you're thinking you'd be wasting your time by doing this. You won't. It's quite the opposite actually, because you define your processes the way you think. Your process should always work the way your brain works. That way, all your processes you've created manifest naturally, effortlessly, and without any friction at all. That means it'll save you loads of time, plus it will help you sidestep all those negative emotions such as frustration, stress, and anxiety. You just need to dedicate time to define your processes. But start simple. Don't go too deep or you burn out. Start with a simple process structure and definition. Keep polishing it day by day. Every time you see you've missed a point or a new situation appears, polish it up. In less time than you may think, you'll have a solid process definition with it. You'll have created a long-term strategy. In no time, you'll have converted time into your ally instead of it being your enemy. I still use processes that I defined and implemented decades ago. So in a nutshell, processes mean workflows you follow on autopilot. You shouldn't have to think about the processes you create because they should come naturally to you. Do it the same way your brain operates. Just knowing it and not having to think about it saves you time. This is how you make friction disappear. This is how you manage information and tasks easily and quickly, making the best out of your time and performing at your highest level. Remember this, think about processes before doing anything else. Dedicate time to define them and little by little keep polishing them as you see nuances and subtleties emerge. If this really resonates with you and you want a roadmap to have this process-driven solution working by the end of the week, check out our free iCore Kickstart course where we explain the basics of iCore to you in 4 days. iCore is a framework we've designed and developed to empower you to get more work done with better information management. Check it out, it will be worth your while. And as always, I catch you up next time.